So hello everyone, today we are going to solve the today's lead code question. So शुरू करते हैं. So we are given a string and it has length up to 10 raised to the power 4 into 5, or you can say 5 into 10 raised to the power 4. And shift, we are given a 2D array which has also length of up to 5 into 10 raised to the power 4. Okay, so in every query, like every shift, we are given a start index and end index, and there is the last element represents, it contains only 0 and 1. 0 represents for backward and 1 represents forward. Okay, so we have to perform these queries into the string. Like we have to go to every range, like start to end, and we have to shift accordingly. Like if there is present forward, then we have to shift all the characters in the range uh, forward direction or backward direction accordingly. So let's just try to apply this uh, in this test case. So 0 1 2, and for the first query it says that from 0 to 1, uh, shift all the characters from 0 to 1 in a backward direction. So if you see, like, this is the characters from 0 to 1. There are two characters, and if we will shift the first character, A will be shifted in backward, it will be Z, and B will be become like A, and C remain as it is. This is the string after performing the first query. Let's just apply the second query, and second query says that uh, shift all the characters from 1 to 2, and 1 to 2, this is 1 to 2, all the characters from 1 to 2 in a forward direction. If we shift A in a forward, it will become B, and if we try to shift C, it will become D, and Z remain as it is, and the string will become string looks like this. This is after performing the second query. Let's just apply the third query, and third query says that shift all the characters from 0 to 2. What is 0 to 2? This is 0 to 2. Shift all the characters from 0 to 2 in a forward. Like if we try to shift Z, then it will become A in a forward, and B it will become C, and D will become E. So this is our final string, and we have to return this string after performing all the queries, after performing all the shifts. Okay, if you try to implement this approach, then the time complexity of this approach is going to be like, what is the query length? It will be 5 into 10 raised to the power 4. And what is the length of string? In the worst case, it will be also 5 into 10 raised to the power 4, and approximately 25 into 10 raised to the power 8. And this will going to give us TLE. So we have to optimize this. How? Let's just see. Rather than updating every character in the range, we just update the start and the end. Okay, how we are going to do that? Let's just maintain a array. Okay, so let me write it. Let's just call it shift. Okay, this is an array of length same as a string. Like in this case, this string has a length of 3. So we will make 3 plus 1, like 4, size of shift. It will be 0 1 2 3. Okay, initially mark it 0 with 0 0 0 0, and let's just apply the first query. And first query says that from 0 to 1, and from 0 to 1, I'm just we have to uh, all the characters from 0 to 1, just shift all the characters in a backward direction. So in a backward direction, which means I'm just replacing this one with, one second, this is going to be -1, and the last element, what is the last index we are given, is 1, and I'm going to its next element and next index, and next index will be 2, and here I'm going to +1. Okay, this is +1. Okay, let's just go to second query, and second query says that 1 to 2, from index 1 to 2, we have to forward all the characters. If we go to 1 to 2, so it will be 1 and 2. So I'm just play, okay, 1, that means we have to forward, that means we have to +1, and 2, 1 to 2, and its next index will be 3. I'm going to mark it by -1. Okay, let's just say we have only two queries, and what we will do after this, like we will calculate prefix sum. अगर आप सभी अगर जनवरी का अगर आप अभी तक का प्रॉब्लम देख रहे होंगे कि डेली का क्वेश्चन, तो ये क्वेश्चन मतलब ये भी प्रीफिक्स सम में लाई कर रहा है, क्योंकि जनवरी में जितने भी क्वेश्चन दिए गए हैं वो सब प्रीफिक्स सम से सॉल्व हो रहे थे. सो कहीं ना कहीं मेरा भी इंट्यूशन इसी से बन गया था कि ये प्रीफिक्स सम, और मैंने ऐसे क्वेश्चन किए हुए हैं, तो मेरा इंट्यूशन बन गया था लाइक कि हाँ इसमें प्रीफिक्स हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। सो जैसे जैसे आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे, एज मेनी क्वेश्चन एज यू कैन सॉल्व, यू जस्ट गेट अ इंट्यूशन। और अगर तुम डेली के क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो, लाइक लीड कोड डेली क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो, तो तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि जब भी लीड कोड अगर क्वेश्चन डाल रहा है तो लगभग मतलब वो सेम रेंज डाल रहा होगा। मतलब अभी के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो प्रीफिक्स सम अभी चल रहा है, तो प्रीफिक्स सम का अप्रोच मैंने समझ गया था वैसे। सो लेट जस्ट डू व्हाट इज द प्रीफिक्स सम फॉर एवरी इंडेक्स, लाइक -1 it will be -1, -1 plus 1 0, and 0 plus 1 will be 1, and 1 minus 1 will be 0. So what it represents, like let me do A B C, and this A has index 1 0, B has 1, and this has 2. Okay, this represents we have to, this -1 represents we have to shift character A in a backward direction by -1, and this represents we have to shift B by 0. So this means remain B remain as it is, and this one represents we have to shift C in a forward direction by 1. So C will become D, and A will become -1. We have to shift in a reverse direction, in backward direction. So A will become Z. So this is the approach I'm going to use in this case. And if you try to apply this one, then the approach is same for this one as well. So let's try to solve this in a code. Okay. So int, let's just store the size of the string. It will be s dot length. Okay, so go to every shifts, so it will be auto shifts, and we have a start index, it will be shift of 0, int, and index it will be shift of 1, and we have a direction, let me call it dir, and shift of 2, and we have to create a vector. It will be, let's call it shifts, uh, let's call it s, and it has a size of n plus 1, initially all uh, marked with 0, and after that I'm going to say s of start index. If it is, let me do one more thing, if my dir equal to 1, this means we have to uh, shift all the characters in a forward, else we have to do something else. Let's do s of start index plus 1, sorry, start index will be 1, so it will be um, plus or equal to 1, and s of and index plus 1 will be plus of -1, and we will do the opposite thing in the backward direction, like s of start index will be plus or equal to -1, and and index plus 1 plus or equal to 1. After performing this, we will calculate its prefix sum. And what is the prefix sum? Let me prefix sum. It has also size of n plus 1, and initially it has 0. Okay, now prefix sum of 0 will be uh, s of 0, and we will start from I equal to 1. I is less than or equal to n, I plus plus, and prefix sum of I will be prefix sum of I minus 1 and plus s of I. And after calculating prefix sum, we will just shift all the characters like whatever we are given. So it will be for int I equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Then we will calculate what is the net shift. Net shift will be shift of I modulo 26, and then if the net shift is negative, then I'm going to net shift shift, it will be S, not shift. It is net shift, and net shift plus or equal to 26. Okay, let's calculate original index. O index, let's call it O index. It will be S of I minus A, and let's call it new n index, new index. It will be O index plus net shift and modulo 26. After that, I'll just replace my S of I with A plus new index. It will be n index, and after that, I'll just return S. Let's just run this. Okay, unknown error, please reload. Okay, let me reload this. Okay, let me run this, and it is giving me a compiler error, so we can't do S. So let me just put str over here, so it will be str, and okay, so it will be str. No, this is S. Okay, now this is str. Okay, this is str, and this is str. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, getting again compiler error, it will be I. Okay, so we have to int I equal to 1. Okay, wrong answer. Why I'm getting wrong answer, like A, B, C, D, D. Okay,